A solar eclipse is essentially a new moon that happens around the nodes. And this solar eclipse is a south node eclipse, as exemplified by this glyph right here that looks like a horseshoe. That is K2, that is the tail of the dragon. So an element of this solar eclipse is that there's some kind of purging or release that needs to happen. Another testimony to this is that the solar eclipse is happening at the final degree of the sign, which is 29 degrees. It's called the anaretic degree, which also symbolizes a completion. At the time of this solar eclipse, the sun and the moon are separating from its opposition to Saturn in Pisces down here. And an opposition is a confrontation. It's a conflict aspect in astrology. By the way, if you want to learn this and you want to learn how to read aspects in astrology and put all of the pieces together, I am teaching Astrology 101, how to read a chart, on October 6th. Look into it. Saturn is the god of time and karma. And by karma, I mean the law of cause and effect. What you reap, you sow. What you do, you get back. And Saturn also represents death in some cases. His symbol is the sickle, which is also the symbol of the Grim Reaper. Now, things don't just happen on the day of a solar eclipse. Events unfold within like 6 months to a year. But it's interesting to note too that Mars is also at the anaretic degree, and it's going to change signs into its domicile of Scorpio and immediately square Pluto in Aquarius. That is a very violent, murderous signature in astrology. The Sabian symbol for this eclipse is a false call, unheard inattention to immediate service. Penetrative concentration of attention, having journeyed far and wide to find the gate to the secret garden, we must strike boldly and not be distracted by anything in any realm, rejecting the false through unusual power of concentration. I believe conspiracy theory was a term created to gaslight people like me, like you, who have a keen sense of pattern recognition and can connect the dots. So connecting the dots here on the day of a solar eclipse, which is a powerful portal, and everything that I just delineated from that solar eclipse chart and that Sabian symbol, I think what they're going to try to do is create some sort of false flag, or they're going to try to distract us, or they're going to try to do some kind of spell magic work on that day. And so the important thing to do is to trust your intuition and not get distracted. I just did a whole video about the spiritual nature of solar eclipses. They are portals. And so you want to be mindful of what you're watching, what you're consuming at this time. I would be praying, meditating, doing rituals around protection.